You're in a rarefied air of athletes from an accomplishment standpoint. You know, on the individual side, there's Tiger Woods, there's Federer, there's Nadal, Djokovic. Team sport athletes, you know, you're compared with Jordan, you're compared with Gretzky, Tom Brady. Are these individuals that you've ever reached out to talk about that sort of life that you guys are living, or the place that you're in other people's minds?
I mean, I don't think it's been like a topic of conversation when I've been around those guys, but you know, I think just being able to be around someone like that, I mean, for me, like, I just feel comfortable. I feel normal. You know, the times that I've been able to be with some of those people you just named, it's been epic. It sends chills up my body. You know, being around greatness like that, it's not something you get to do every single day. So, you know, looking up to Jordan, that was my guy. That was the reason why I did what I did. I wanted to change the sport of swimming because of him. He changed the sport of basketball and how people look at it. And, you know, having the chance to meet him and be around him a little bit, those are moments I'll never forget.
What are your first memories of swimming?
First, well, I can go back to probably not wanting to put my face into the water. When I first learned to swim, Miss Kathy, who taught me how to swim, who does all of my learn to swim for my foundation, found that I was uncomfortable on my stomach. I was afraid on my stomach. So she kind of just flipped me on my back. And when I overcame that fear, I just threw my face into the water. And I think I was always in trouble. I had a lot of energy as a kid, so I was always running on the pool deck, which obviously you can't do. So yeah, being afraid of the water and getting in trouble. Those are the two things I probably remember.
You were known as a hyperactive kid. You were diagnosed with ADHD, and you found that swimming in a lot of ways could help calm you down. So talk a little bit about how that pulled you into the water.
For me, even now today, when I jump into the pool, it's kind of like therapy in a way, almost, because it's the only time where my mind is completely silent and nothing is going on. I felt like I was a normal kid. I found something that I was passionate about, right? Like I found something that I loved. I mean, I probably obsessed at it at a young age, and I think that was part of the reason why I was able to have the success that I did.
Let's talk about the role of expectations. I mean, I think one really fascinating theme in your life is just how high expectations were for you, even at such a young age. You know, when you're 16, 17, getting ready for ultimately Athens, there's all this talk about you having to break Mark Spitz's record, right? Which was 7 gold medals in one Olympics. You hadn't even won a gold medal yet. And there's already talk of can you get 7 or more in one go. On top of that, you had a relationship with Speedo, I understand, right? Where they were going to give you $1 million bonus if you did it. So then you kind of leaned into those expectations. And you know, some would say that expectations can create more nerves or more pressure. Some can say that maybe it makes it stronger.
I didn't really care because, like, again, the preparation that I did behind closed doors was going to give me the opportunity. And if I prepared myself the best way possible, I knew that I was the most prepared person out there. I knew I was the best swimmer out there if everything went well, right? Like if I did all of the training that I needed to do, then the results were going to come. I don't like to get second. I don't like to get third. I don't like not making the podium. So, you know, for me, it's one place. It's winning. That's it. And if I don't win, how can I make sure that never happens again? How can I make sure that the next time I go out there, I'm on top and not on second or third? I just put an absurd amount of pressure on myself that it doesn't matter what is going on in the outside world. It's irrelevant. And it doesn't matter like bonuses, anything, I don't care. For me, I just hold myself at that expectation of being absolutely perfect at any time. I would be on the podium and I'm already thinking about my next race. I'm thinking about what I have to do in the morning, how I have to split it. Like I can't use or can't waste emotional energy in that moment because the rest of the week is going to call for so much. What's next? That's what we were always chasing. Where can I go next? How much faster can we get? How much more can we push the limit? For us to be able to perfect what we did in 2008, that started back in 03, right? So that was a process leading up to that point for us to swim that many races back to back to back at the highest level. It was a 5-year stretch where we didn't miss a single day. There was no blueprint for me to do what I was trying to do, right? So we had to approach it in a completely different way. Nobody in the swimming world was swimming 7 days a week. But if you don't swim 7 days a week, when you take off Sunday, you're not back to where you were on Saturday until Tuesday. So I'm getting 2 days out of every single week, more than any of my competitors are.
Now, were there ever moments in that 5-year stretch where you felt like you were overtrained?
No, never. I mean, because we were just on top of everything. If I was sore, if I was like any kind of pain, I had it checked out, no matter what. For me, I didn't care about the sacrifices that I was making because I always thought, what if? What if I have the chance to do something great? That's all I wanted.
Greatness, it's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift, reserved for a chosen few, for prodigies, for superstars, and the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that. Greatness is not some rare DNA strand. It's not some precious thing. Greatness is no more unique to us than breathing. We're all capable of it. All of us.
You don't get out of life what you want. You get out of life what you earn. Whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, you're not going to be able to make it happen if you don't have a dream party every day. Like, you got to have a dream session. You got to take out 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however much time you have, and you got to actually go in a room, close the door, and you got to see yourself doing it. You got to feel yourself doing it. You got to actually walk in it. You got to go in the future, live it out, come back in the present, and start working toward it. We're going to make it happen before it happens. Failure is not an option. Come hell or high water, whatever it is that I set out to do, it may not happen in 6 months, it may not happen in a year, it may not happen in 2 years, but at some point, my dream is going to become a reality.
I was a kid that wasn't afraid to dream, and look where it got me, right? Like, don't be afraid to dream, don't be afraid to push your boundaries, give yourself a chance.